Hello students, welcome to the subject Social Science, Standard 7, Chapter number 4, Air. So we are going to talk about in detail about air. In the previous classes, you all have studied about air in detail, talking about what is air. Let's see in detail about the atmosphere. The Earth's atmosphere, it consists of different spheres as you see. The troposphere, which is very close to the Earth's surface, then you have stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere. So let's know more about this. Earth is surrounded with a blanket of air, okay, that is termed as atmosphere. Our Earth is surrounded with a huge blanket of air which is surrounded around the Earth, which is termed as atmosphere. It gives us the oxygen to breathe in, okay, and it protects us from the harmful UV rays from the sun, okay, and that's how we are being protected. It is the mass of air that has made the temperature livable on the Earth. So let's check out further. Here you can see the diagram, children. This is the constituent of the gases which are present in our atmosphere. The whole portion, okay, the white portion which you see is consisting of nitrogen, which is 78%. Oxygen, the second bulk of the gases which are present in the atmosphere, that is oxygen with 21%. Then you have carbon dioxide, which is 0.03%. You have argon, 0.93%, which is useful for the welding purpose as well. And you have other gases which are present in the atmosphere, which consist of 0.04%. Air. Plants need nitrogen, okay, for their survival. Plants need nitrogen for the growth. Okay, there are certain kind of bacteria which are present. They convert this nitrogen in the liquid form and absorb it for the growth of the crops. They cannot take nitrogen directly from the air. That's why bacteria which live in the soil and the roots of some of the plants, okay, take nitrogen from the air, change its form, and it could be used by the plants further. Structure of the atmosphere. Let's know more about the structure. In the beginning we saw the whole view of it, right? We have first the troposphere, then we have stratosphere, then you have mesosphere, thermosphere and finally exosphere. In between there are few gap lines which are there, that are the pauses: tropopause, stratopause, mesopause, thermopause, okay. So like that, in between pauses are there. So let's talk in detail about the structure of the atmosphere. Children, the first one is troposphere. It's the most important layer of the atmosphere. It is 13 kilometer average height from the Earth's surface. It has the oxygen which is present, okay, in the air, so we can breathe in troposphere, and there is no weather phenomena like rainfall, fog, hailstorm, okay. That's why this area is clear. Coming to the second one, that is stratosphere, okay, that is after the tropopause we have the stratosphere. It extends up to a height of 50 kilometer, almost free from the clouds and associated with the weather phenomena. Ideal flying of aeroplanes you can see, and it contains ozone gas. Ozone gas tries to protect the Earth from the UV rays. Mesosphere. After the stratopause you have the mesosphere. It extends to a height of almost 80 kilometer from the Earth's surface. Almost the meteorites burn in this sphere, okay. Thermosphere. Temperature rises very rapidly with the increase in the height. Ionosphere is a part of this sphere. It extends from 80 to 400 kilometer. It helps in the radio transmission. That's how the satellites work. Radio waves transmitted from the earth are reflected back via this layer. Exosphere, the last sphere. Okay, there are total 5 spheres we saw, children. In this, the last sphere is exosphere. It is very thin. Okay, the air there is very thin, and there is gases which are present like helium and hydrogen, okay, that float around in the atmosphere. Let's just recall this. Troposphere is 13 kilometers. It's important layer of the atmosphere. We can breathe in. The weather phenomena like rainfall and all occur in this layer. Stratosphere is 50 kilometers. And it's associated with clouds and weather phenomena. Flying aeroplanes contains this stratosphere. When we are talking about stratosphere, it is free from this weather phenomena. That's why the planes don't have the obstructions while flying. While ideal flying atmosphere for the flying aeroplanes. Then you have the ozone gas which is present. Mesosphere, it's 80 kilometers from the earth's surface. Meteorites burn over there. Thermosphere, you have the temperature which is rapidly rising, okay, due to the increase in the height. Ionosphere is a part of this sphere, and it is 80 to 400 kilometers from the earth's surface. It's good for the radio transmission. Then you have the exosphere. It consists of different gases like helium and hydrogen, and there the presence of thin air is there. Now let's talk about temperature. Temperature, an important factor that influence the distribution of temperature, which is termed as insolation. Okay, the radiated rays which are coming to the earth's surface, that gets refracted, okay, inside the earth and stays back. Insolation is the incoming of the solar energy intercepted by the earth. Amount of insolation decreases from the equator towards the pole, because that region is getting the maximum heat, whereas the pole areas will get the, because it is containing larger portion, okay, so the areas won't get warmer. The standard unit of measuring temperature is degree Celsius, and it was invented by Anders Celsius. Okay, so next topic is air pressure. Now what is air pressure? Highest at sea level. Air pressure is very high at the sea level and decreases with the height. Horizontally influenced by temperature of air at a given place. Higher the temperature, air gets heated and rises, and lower the pressure area which is built up. Okay. Lower pressure is associated with the cloudy skies and wet weather. Lower the temperature, air is cold and heavy, high pressure area is built up. High pressure is associated with clear and sunny skies. Air always moves from air pressure area to low pressure area, high pressure to low pressure area. Okay, so this is important, which you need to remember, children. High temperature, air gets heated and rises because it expands and then it becomes light in weight. That's why it moves to the topper region, and that's why that area becomes low pressure. Whereas the low temperature, you have the cold and heavy air which becomes heavier and denser, and that's how it reaches to the down. So there you will have the high pressure area which is built up. So this is clear, temperature and air pressure. Now you can see in this diagram, okay, wind, okay. The movement of air from high pressure to low pressure area is called wind. It is divided into 3 types: permanent winds, local winds, and you have the other winds, seasonal winds. Okay, so total 3 winds. Now let's talk about this permanent wind. Here you can see the earth, okay, you have the north pole, you have the south pole, you have different degrees. Equator 0 degrees Celsius, you have 30 degrees south, 30 degree north, 60 degree to the north side, 60 degree to the south. You have the easterlies, westerlies and trade winds which are passing through. Now we are in the topic of permanent winds. Now what is permanent wind? Winds which blow throughout the year in a particular direction, that is termed as permanent wind. Okay. Now which are the various winds which are moving in the permanent wind? That are trade winds, easterlies and westerlies. Okay. Now we move on to the next one, that is seasonal wind. These winds change the direction, okay, according to the season. For example, you have the monsoon in India. You can see here the movement, okay, from the low pressure area, from the high pressure area and all. During summer season you see, okay, the Indian Ocean waves are moving, the winds are moving to the upper region, and from winter side, okay, winter time, it comes from top to down. So second one. Now the third one, local wind. These blow only during a particular period of the day or a year in a area, okay, small area. For example, land and sea breeze. Okay. The warming and the cooling effect which take place in this process during night and daytime. Let's talk about moisture in detail. What is moisture? Moisture in the air at a time, okay, any time, is termed as humidity. Moisture is termed as humidity. When air is full of water, we call it humid day. As the air gets warmer, its capacity to hold water vapor increases and becomes more and more humid. The ability to hold on to the water vapor, okay, shows the capacity and even shows the humidness of the area. When the water vapor rises, it starts cooling. The water vapor condenses, causing formation of the water droplets. Clouds are just the masses of such water droplets. When these droplets of water become too heavy to float, then they are termed as precipitation. Okay? It continues in the form of water droplets. Precipitation comes in the form of liquid, which is termed as rain. Here the collection of water you can see, children. Okay, evaporation takes place, then the cloud formation, okay, and when till the heaviness of the cloud is carried forward, and then when the heaviness is built up, then it forms into the term precipitation, okay, then it falls in the form of water. Okay. So here we end up, children, with this video. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, take care of yourself. Bye bye.